Growing up, I was teased a lot, and I got absolutely zero attention from girls until probably my junior year of high school when I actually started taking my life seriously and actively tried to become, you know, not just some slob, lazy chud, for lack of a better word, but I think that period of my life before I started really taking it seriously changed me because I became so defensive during that period because I felt so lost, so not equal to everyone else. Like, and I think part of that made me kind of resent myself and to some degree hate myself. And I still struggle with that even today. But I think that is the root of my issue for why I am terrified of intimacy. And when I say intimacy, I mean the two kinds of intimacy. There's obviously like sexual intimacy, like with a woman, and I want to talk about that first. But I've been in several deep, long-term relationships, and in all three of them, I've at some point gotten to the point where they want to have sex, and I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and I just can't. It's like I have this mental block that is safeguarding me from being vulnerable with someone because I don't know what to expect, and because when I was vulnerable before, I just got teased and made fun of, and it makes me shrivel back up and want to run away, for lack of a better statement. But I've become so defensive of it that the thought of genuinely letting someone get that close to me terrifies me because I don't know what it will be like, and it it just terrifies me, and I don't know why. And the other part of it is emotional intimacy. I I feel like for the longest time nobody truly knew who I really was, and I struggled to get to know people on a really deep level because I never at any point felt comfortable having deep conversations with anyone, and I would just have them with like myself in my head, and then it would make me overthink and overcorrect and just become more defensive of myself. And it's as if I live in this barrier that if someone even steps into or seems like they're getting too close to, it just sets off all these alarms where, I don't know what to expect because I've grown up and I've just established that this is how I live. And I don't want to live that way. I want to be vulnerable with people. I want to be sexually intimate, for lack of a better word. I don't want to live this way, but I also don't know how to move forward. And I'm not asking for like pity because this is just a conversation I'm having with myself. Because when I make these videos, it is for me because it helps me think to say these things because I struggle to say them to other people, which honestly is kind of sad when I say it out loud, but I don't care. I want to move forward. I don't care what it takes. But going back to emotional intimacy, like, I feel like I barely know my parents. Like, they've told me, like, very personal things from their life, but, and it's like, I think they know who I am, but it's like I live in this fantasy world that they know nothing about. Like, the things I've done, the things I've thought, just are so beyond what they perceive of me that it's like I don't even know where to start. And honestly, I think the best thing that ever happened to me was when I went to college. I got this roommate who he like didn't really care. Like, you would tell him something and he would never bring it up again, but he would also listen. And and then he would be very open. And he was also kind of like me. Like, he didn't like to open up, but we had that mutual understanding that we needed to, and that helped me out so much. So if anyone is watching, besides, me rewatching this, that would be my advice, is find someone like that who can listen but then never bring that shit up ever again. And you don't even have to say to never bring it up again, because they just know to. And you, in turn, also know not to bring up their shit. But, yeah. That's all I got.